So today I'm going to show you how I make my clarified butter, or it's also called ghee. And it's really simple. They actually sell these, they sell it, I found it at Trader Joe's in like a little bottle. This is what it's gonna look like, okay, once it's done. As it sits, it becomes a little bit solid, but you know, when you put it in, it starts looking more like the actual butter solid, but when you put it in the pan, it'll go back to being clear. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. It's a good idea if you're gonna do this, and it only takes a few minutes, it's really easy to do, that you use good butter, okay? So you wanna use butter that's, you know, for example, like I have this Trader Joe's butter here, the unsalted kind. I always buy the unsalted kind, and as you can see, it says milk from cows not treated with RBST, which is a hormone. So this is a really good butter from Trader Joe's. The one, my favorite though, that I like to use is the Kerrygold brand. It's the one that is also unsalted. They sell it salted. If you want to use salted, that's fine, but I use unsalted. I think it's, you know, I just like to be able to control how much salt I put in my food, so I use the unsalted. So this one's Kerrygold, as you can see, pure Irish butter. This is also a great butter choice because it's made from milk from grass-fed cows. Okay, so that's really what you want. You want to, if you're going to use the butter, you're going to use this butter to cook, basically, rather than oil or other things, or just to incorporate a little bit more fat into your diet and more flavor into your food. If you're looking to increase the fat in your diet, then you really want to do it. This is one of the ways you want to do it with butter, but you want to use the good kind, okay? Something that's good for your body. So I'm going to show you, I've already made some here, but I'm going to make a little bit more, okay? So I can show you. So I've gotten like pretty much half of this Irish butter. So the whole pack is 8 ounces. This is 4 ounces, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pot. This is a small pot. So if you have, like, you know, the smallest pot that you have will work, just as long as you know, I've done it in like a saucepan, and it's a little bit harder to get, you know, to do the process. So I'm gonna do it in this pot. So all you're gonna do is just dump your butter in there, okay? And you're gonna put your burner on, you know, to low. You want to put it on low. So I have mine's like a little bit more, just to get it started, maybe a little bit higher than low. A little bit higher than the low setting. So what's going to happen is it's going to start melting right away, of course, as you already know butter does. And you want it to melt slowly. You really don't want to, you know, just bring this up to like a full boil. There's really no need, because all you're looking to do is you're looking for this to melt down. And as it all melts and it starts completely, you know, it starts like, I want to say like sauteing a little bit, because, you know, it is going to cook a little bit. The milk solids are going to come up, okay, over the pan, okay, and you're going to see, I mean, you're going to be able to tell the clear, which is the clarified butter or the ghee, is going to stay on the bottom. And then we'll use a spoon. You want to use a spoon or a ladle, whatever you know, whatever you have that's comfortable for you. And then we're going to start taking away all the milk solids that accumulate on the top, and that's what you don't want. And there is a lot of good benefits to that. I mean, if you have trouble with lactose, there is lactose, some lactose in those milk solids, so you're gonna find that you're gonna digest better when you, instead of using the butter, just the butter to cook, you use just the ghee or the clarified butter. So this is just you know, and this is if you're doing, like I said, wanting to add more fat into your diet, this is one of the best ways to do it, because I mean, this tastes really good when, you know, you can cook with it, you can put it over your pancakes, whatever it is that you're eating, and you're going to add more fat to your body if that's what you're looking to do. So just keep in mind, when you're doing a low carb diet, or like what they call keto, or you're trying to be in this ketogenic diet that a lot of people are doing now, you want to make sure that you increase your fats as most as you can, but you really want to stay away from all sugars, okay? All sugars, all of them, refined, unrefined, because you're doing high fat, and this is how your body's going to work. You're going to be able to lose weight, and you're going to be able to burn fat. Okay, and you guys, I mean, this is all over the place on the internet, so you can Google it. You can do a little bit of research on it and how a lot of people are really benefiting from it. So instead of using like olive oil to saute your things in, you want to use, this is one of the options that you can use. And I don't know if you can see that, I hope the lighting here is not that good, but you can see already that the milk solids are, you know, the butter's melting. I mean, we're just halfway there, and it's starting to separate. So you can see how on this side you can only see, you know, very light yellow. That's the only thing, that's what you want to keep. And all these other milk solids, or these little darker pieces of yellow, those are milk solids. So that's what you're going to start taking away from the butter once it's completely melted. So you don't want to rush this. You just want to keep it going on low, on the lowest setting of your stove. And that's why I like these kind of pans, because you know you have a little bit of, it's a little bit high, so you don't have the fear, oh, the butter, you know, may start splashing, just like if you use a saucepan. So that's how, and let me tell you, while this is while it's happening, what I use it for. Again, I use it like if I'm going to, let's say you want to make your eggs in the morning, your scrambled eggs, or just a, you know, egg over easy, you can use this. Put just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit on your pan. And the good thing of it is when you're trying to cook with butter, I mean, I'm sure you've done it before, you put a pat of butter in your pan, and your heat automatically, even if you have it like on low heat, it's gonna start burning. Okay, it's gonna start kind of like, you know, because it does not tolerate the high temperature because of the milk solids. But when you're using ghee or this clarified butter, you're not gonna have that problem, and you know, you're gonna be able to use it just like you use oil. And this is, again, is much better for you. Okay, so that's one of the things that I love about it. So what I do is I make usually a good amount. I've already made a little bit, and I have it stored in this little plastic container, and I kind of just leave it here on the counter because we use it every day. And then, you know, once I see that I'm running out of it, I'll make some more. And you can try this with just any butter. I mean, this will work with any butter, okay? But again, if you're really trying to get some healthy fats into your body, and you really want to do good for your body, you want your body to be healthy, and you want to be able to burn fat, you want to put good fat into your body, okay? So this is one of the things that we're doing, the way that we're doing it. Another way is coconut oil, which is also wonderful. I mean, there's a lot of things about coconut oil that are out there that I'm sure you guys can Google. So as you can see how it's already separating, and most of it is melted, okay? And you don't want to rush it. So once it's completely melted, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I don't want to keep the camera on because it's going to get boring. But you know, in just about another few minutes, it's going to be completely melted, and I'll show you what we're going to do to take the milk solids off from the butter, and you'll see the final result. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like. It's completely melted now, the butter. And as you can see, I hope you can see it well, you can see that it's clear on the bottom over here, and all I've been doing is just removing, you know, just trying to take away all of this solids, the milk solids on the top. So you see how it pretty much separates itself, okay? So really the only thing you need to do is just take this away. And right now I turned off the pan. I turned it off, okay, because I don't need it to be on anymore. And as you can see, it's still bubbling. So you see this is what you're taking away, okay? And I'm just gonna put it over here, and then we'll discard it, okay? And it's really that easy, because it only took maybe about 8 minutes for this much of the butter to melt and, you know, and get to this consistency. So I'm just gonna take it all away. And I'm using, you know, my spoon is not that big, but it's not that small either. So really, it depends on how much of this you're doing. You know, if you were doing like a big pot, you know, a bigger pot, or if you were doing like a couple of sticks of butter, then you probably want to use like a bigger spoon or a ladle. But as you can see, as I'm taking away the milk solid on the top, milk solids, you can see, you know, what you have left is just clear. You know, it's mostly clear. Okay, so the easiest way to do it is just like I did, just, you know, just kind of very lightly with your spoon, just bring it all to one side. And that way you're able to take away all of the solids. Okay. I really hope you guys try this because it's really easy. The only place that I have found it, they sell it online too, but like, you know, locally, I found it at my Trader Joe's. It's a little container, and it looks different because once it sits at room temperature, it's gonna become solid again. You know, somewhat solid because, you know, it's fat. So it's gonna do that, but that's fine. When you put it back in your pan, it's gonna be light, just like this. It's gonna turn into an oil. It's almost gonna look like an olive oil, but it's gonna taste so much better and so good for you. So as you can see, I've removed, I want to say about 90% of it. Okay. So another thing you can do before you dump it in your pan is you go like this. And there you can kind of trap it. That's why I like this kind of pot. You can trap the rest of these solids that are up there, which are very, very little. Okay, and the pan is off. The heat is completely off. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. I'm sorry that I'm actually holding my phone and filming this with one hand. So that's why it's a little bit difficult for me to do it, but that's okay. I know you guys understand. And this is really easy. I mean, anybody can do it. It's not really something that, you know, it's difficult. It doesn't take that much time. And who doesn't have butter at home, you know? So usually we all do. So you can try it. And once you start cooking with it, I mean, you really are gonna you're gonna see the difference, and you're gonna love the flavor that it gives to your food. So I just want to show you everything I took out of those 4 ounces of butter. It really doesn't seem like a lot. It's not. Maybe it's about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a little bit, but you know, it makes a big difference. And now I'm just going to show you. I'm going to pour it in my container here. So that kind of filled up my container. You see that? I'm gonna stop because some of those solids are going in there. And then if you still see that you have some there, you can easily, now that it's like, you know, very little, you can just take it out. Just like that. And there you have it. You have your ghee. And you can also, I've seen recipes that, you know, that use this instead of like the butter or oil. So you can, you know, like baking, for baking. So that's another use for it. All right, so there you have it. So that was that was 4 ounces of butter, okay? 4 ounces of the Irish butter that I used. So I want to say this is about a half a cup of ghee, okay? And you know, this stuff goes a long way. You're not going to use a tremendous amount of it. It does go a long way. So, you know, just, I would do like maybe half of or 1 stick of butter, or, you know, around 4 ounces like I just did. And depending on how many people are in your family and how much you're going to use it. But definitely please give this a try. Let me know how you like it. I know you're going to love it. And comment below if there's any questions that you have about ghee or about making it. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.